So we are away finally in event 19, the H3000 metres. Our fields, Will Pratt of Mornington, Robert Trott Mornington, Joshua Ryan, Taj Fox, Chris McTaggart of Mentone, Peter Russian of Glen Huntley, Cooper Dimitrienko of Williamstown, Will Ramsden, Yassine Belabid of Independent Athlete there, Tony Brain, Melbourne University. And early on, you can see your leader there. It is the young Jake Smith, gone straight to the front as our juniors are very aggressive going through. Continue on this field, you've got Zephan Goals McSweeney, Chase Jardine, John Curry, Dexter Hill, Henry Ramsden, Damien Cusack, Aidan McCaffrey, Ryan Matthews, Harry Lynn, Oliver Scott, Jack Larner, Oscar Luke, Rupert Van Dongen, Scott Lawrence, Mason Woodard, Eugene Nemesi, Mark Carey, Jake Smith, we mentioned the 14-year-old who's out the front at the moment by 30 metres already, Stephen O'Brien and James Harrington. So 7.5 laps. There's a lot of 3Ks to come this evening. We're here for another couple of hours of exciting racing. Perfect weather for PBs. I'm not sure who calls Box Hill the home of PBs. I've never said it. Here is the place to be tonight to run fast. So Smith will lead him through. Mentone's Oliver Scott jumped in nicely behind him there. So 6 laps to go. Just behind Oliver Scott, it is Jack Larner of Glen Huntley. And then a big pack forming through. So Smith came in with a 10:30 seed time. It is amongst the fastest of the groups here. But the way he's gone off, with now a 60-metre lead, he looks like he's got a real intention tonight to run very fast. So he's only a young junior, he's only 14. The two behind him, 13 and 15. So your 3 leaders, 13, 14, 15-year-olds. Bit of experience behind them, chasing them down. We'll see what they go through 1K and see if they can kick it down tonight. Smith looks like he's going to be on somewhere around that 10-minute pace when he gets through with 2K to go. So he has a look at his watch. The clock's ticking through nicely. He's going to be well inside that 10-minute pace I mentioned. So Smith leads through and he's going to go through in 3:12, 3:13 for his first kilometre. So Joshua Ryan moving up nicely. So the front group now all inside 10:30. So the front 8 all inside that 10:30 sort of tempo. Mark. We had Stephen O'Brien in that front group. Also Will Pratt. And the 2 juniors we mentioned now being challenged a little bit there in 2nd and 3rd. And that's Lana and also Scott. Coming past here with 1K to go, with 2Ks to go there. Tony Brain of Melbourne University. Rupert Van Dongen coming through there as well. They're looking somewhere around that 13 minutes. Next moving past me now, Will Ramsden. Nice even running. Jake Smith now is going to hit some lap runners for the first time. So he's kept that beautiful even tempo, our leader. Starting to see some lap traffic. So James Harrington there at the front of the group. Joshua Ryan, Dexter Hill down from Albury. So Dexter Hill, the one in 7th there, the 14-year-old. Joshua Ryan just in front of him. Will Pratt now running side by side with number 36, James Harrington. So it's pretty hard to pick out because we've got a lot of lap traffic now on the course. We're going to be asking those athletes to take very careful attention to how many laps they're on. So Jake Smith comes through here with 3 laps to go. So your leader now moves into lane 2 down the front straight. Behind him's Jack Larner. Behind him's Oliver Scott still. The tall figure of Will Pratt next on the course. James Harrington behind them. Tucked in behind Joshua Ryan, as we said. Dexter Hill of Albury next. One of the Collingwood juniors, moving his way up nicely there. That's 3.398. Oscar Luke, it is, from Collingwood. The 12-year-old moving along nicely. We're going to go through 2 kilometres now, and it's 6:35. So that's a 3:22 kilometre. So 3:13 for the first kilometre for Jake Smith. So 3:22 was that kilometre, so we've dropped off the pace slightly. We're still on track to get inside, though, that 10-minute time. So Jake Smith heads down the straight with 2 laps to go. Now the move in second has been made. Jack Larner is the one that's moved up into second nicely, and Will Pratt up into third. So Smith gets 2 laps to go now, 7:18 on the clock. Lana next. Pratt looks terrific. Joshua Ryan moving through well. The young athlete there from Albury we mentioned, Dexter Hill next. And 24 there, Oliver Scott doing some good work from Mentone. A lot of juniors up the front. Oscar Luke, the 12-year-old with 2 laps to go. Robert Trott moves through next in that group from Mornington. Scott Lawrence now rounding up with 2 laps to go also. But it's now 600 metres remaining for our leader. Some of these athletes need to do a good job to make sure we are on those right laps. There's some serious lap traffic going on there. A couple of laps Jake Smith's taken out of the field. His early lead of about 60 metres remains. So Lana it is, who's trying to get away from Pratt in second and third, but Jake Smith goes past me again here with 450 to go. Don't worry about what you watch, just race it home hard. He's going to get the bell, and it's going to be at 8:40, so time is on here. 10 minutes is definitely on the cards. Lana next in front of me. Pratt. Dexter Hill looking very good there, the Albury youngster. Mentone's Oliver Scott moves through. He'll get the bell now. Robert Trott moves up well. Damien Cusack now gets the bell at 9:09. Zephyr McSweeney, another young junior, the capped runner there, gets the bell. Couple of 12-year-olds up in the front 10 here, running very impressively around the 10:30, 10:45 mark for 3K. We're going to remind our finishers to finish in outside lane 3, please. And it's Jake Smith. Let's get that noise going for the junior here flying home. So the 14-year-old Jake Smith, we're trying to watch the clock. How close can he go to sub 10? The noise will help him home. So finish out in lane 3. Go for it, Jake. Let's go. He's going to get there. He's going to go sub 10 for you tonight. That's an impressive run in the men's 3,000 metres H. 9:54 for Jake Smith. Pratt's going to be through next. Lana just behind him. So it's Mornington. Glenn Huntley next, 10:05, the clock ticks past. Dexter Hill trying to catch there, Joshua Ryan. Out to lane 3 for our finishers, please. Oscar Luke through next. Flying home, I hadn't called him so far, and James Harrington flying us home quickly. Our Diamond Valley, Damien Cusack next. Will Pratt, the cap runner there. Zephyr Goals McSweeney, another 12-year-old. Number 14 coming through. 30th, Eugene Yamisi. Scott Lawrence in 10:40. Happy with that one. Our finishers keep making your way out to lane 3. Stay in that order. Just stay in that order as you cross the finish line. Nice running there. Harry Lynn from Williamstown through next. Peter Russian from Glen Huntley. He finishes up. Another lap to go there for Rupert Van Dongen. Our Masters athletes now dashing down the home straight. The clock goes to 11:13. Yassine Belabid there with a nice strong finish. He'll go inside 11:30, satisfied with that. Tony McBrain will get the bell. Our finishers, a reminder, out to lane 3 for our finishers, please. But no doubt about our winner there, Jake Smith. 9:54 for the H heat of the 3,000. It shows the type of form we're going to see tonight. We're going to see some fast running. Absolutely prime conditions at Lakeside. Will Ramsden goes through. Chase Jardine finishes up there just inside 12 minutes. He should be happy with that one. Taj Fox next through in just over 12 minutes. Essendon's Mark Carey comes through. Key Lawson Burnett's Brian Matthews. John Curry of Doncaster. Aidan McCaffrey. Next through as the clock ticks over 12:30. Now men's H, 3,000 metres. Reminder for our finishers to move out to lane 3. And for all those athletes just making their way into the stadium, please make sure you have checked in at the 100-metre finish. Rupert Van Dongen coming down next. He'll be close to 13 minutes if he can dash home. He'll get there. He'll be just inside that 13 minutes. Very well paced. Tony McBrain next. Tony Brain next. Just a tick over 13 minutes. 2 more finishes to round out our H heat. Nice finishing there. And that rounds out our 3,000 metres. Henry Ramsden in 13:40. So all runners home, men's H, 3,000 metres.